Dreamers, come on in, come on in. It's the Caravan of Dreams, the redo. Y'all know how we do it. It's Monday, it's 8 something. Y'all come on in. Be sure to like and share. Dreamers, how y'all doing today? Y'all come on in. It's the Caravan of Dreams to redo. Y'all be sure and like and share. Tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams is on. Ramicia, how you doing? Chandra, Ramon, thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate you. Come on in. It's the Caravan of Dreams to redo. Y'all know how we do it. It's Monday, it's 8 something. Don't be surprised. We're a little early today, I know. Y'all come on in. Be sure to like and share.
All right.
Erica S says, how you doing? Thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate y'all. Be sure and like and share. All right. It's the Caravan of Dreams to redo. Hello, how y'all doing today? It is Monday. It's 8 something. This is the Caravan of Dreams to redo. Y'all be sure and like and share. Get your social media game on. Tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams is on. Thank y'all. We appreciate you. Sherry, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. All right, how y'all doing? Go ahead, baby.
Nothing. You telling people to share? I haven't shared.
Oh, yeah. You sure and share. Hey, y'all. Hey, how y'all doing today? It's Monday. Let's see. Was that yesterday we got some snow? Was that Sunday snow? Was it Saturday? Which one was it?
I think it was Sunday.
Okay, yeah. So our first snow in Texas. Now, over here in our neighborhood, it was very little snow. Vanessa, how you doing? It was just a little snow, so just enough to say, hey, there's some snow, but it did not stick over here. I saw some of y'all posting. I think in Cedar Hill, there was a good bit of snow going on. Thank you, Erica. So some of y'all made little snowballs and snow animals and stuff like that. I don't think I saw any snowmen. So we couldn't get to a full man, but we got some little animal, little snow animals or balls or whatever you call them. So, but hey, that's good enough for me. Cause look here, I ain't with this cold. I don't like to be cold. That is not my thing. Cold is not my thing. So,
hey, it was all right. It was all right. I mean, just stay on the inside, stay in the heat. So that's
right,
pretty
exactly,
much what we did.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm cool with the little bit of snow that we got, and hey, boom. Now y'all can say it snowed in Texas. So.
Right. Ramon Slack, thank you for watching. Thank you for dropping in, bro.
Yeah. All right. So listen. First thing, we're going to talk about the situation that happened on, so it was last Thursday, right? Was it last Wednesday or Thursday?
It was Wednesday or Thursday, on one of them days.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C., y'all know what we're talking about.
OMG. So, it's hard to even put it in words, because the thing that we know for sure is that, Ramisa said they had so much fun in the snow. Yeah, they got some real snow over there. The thing that we know, last Wednesday, what we know for sure is that had that been the Black Lives Matter movement storming Washington, D.C., going through the doors or trying to get in, busting windows and all that. That was just crazy. Like, if it had been Black Lives Matter, we would be counting bodies, not, you know what I'm saying, where it was just, I think it was 5, but I think there were only 2 of those people that actually died from injuries or whatever. I think some of the other people was something else like natural causes. They were not shot and killed and that kind of thing. But that's crazy. Like, I can't even put that into words. When you go and look at the videos of the things that these people were doing, it was so disrespectful. It was so disrespectful.
Quincy said he said, I can't post too much of the thoughts in my brain. They will ban me for life.
Oh, gosh.
Keisha, thank you for dropping in. She said, hey, family. Thank you.
Hey, Lakeisha. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like, they were going in like true thugs. You know what I'm saying? When he called the, Black Lives Matter situation, he was saying thugs, all these thugs and whatever. But what they were doing, they were climbing on walls. They were going in, putting their feet up on desks, taking mail, smashing windows. I mean, it was so much stuff. And then I saw a video today where they actually had grabbed one of those cops and was beating him with a flagpole. Did you see that? Why? Tell me this. Why is it that there was no, like, they did not use, they have pellets or what do they call those things? The rubber bullets or whatever that they normally, start shooting with when it comes to riots and all that. Now, they use that during Black Lives Matter. They did use that. But why didn't this was the time to be using the rubber pellets or whatever you call those things, because these people were coming with, like, well, you know what it was? Privilege.
And that's Charles Watley said, I call it the privileged killing the privileged. That's what he called it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The one lady who, I think she was a veteran, and I saw where her husband said that she said, I'm just going to stand on the sidelines, is what she said, but she was the one climbing through the window. And she ended up getting shot and killed.
Right, yeah. They had the footage of that. That was pretty graphic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally shot her right on off the window. Like, for real. Quincy said, did anybody catch COVID out there? He said he wasn't wearing masks. Right.
Well, it takes a week or 2 before you catch it. So we'll probably not hear about it, but it'll probably be next week or so.
Ramicia say one of the officers died from getting beat by a fire extinguisher.
Mm-hmm. See, oh my God, what in the world? What were they thinking?
Another privilege comment. Timothy DJ Scrap Smith. What's up, DJ Scrap, man? What's going on with you, buddy? He said white privilege. He said they always look out for their own. Mm-hmm. And that's the big difference between us and them. Man. That's crazy. Yeah. But not one time did it. Wait a minute. Okay, maybe it was said. Trump, he came on later and called himself denouncing that whole situation. Did he call them thugs? Did he call them thugs? Yes, that's what I'd like to know. I don't think Did anybody hear where Trump called those people thugs? Because, or were they some very fine people? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, he did say that some of them are some very, he said. He did. It was like he was, trying to convince us that, hey, some of them is good. Some of them very fine people. Right. Rest in peace to the woman. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I hate to see that, in any situation. But it was like they were so naive, some of them. There was the one where the lady, they got her on video saying, she said they sprayed some tear gas, and she said she's trying to go in the revolution, participate in the revolution. Wow. Yeah, he told them that he loved them. Isn't that something? I mean, so clearly he was inciting this riot, and he was trying to deny that he was doing that, of course, by saying, how they were going to be held accountable or whatever.
And now we see where they're what they do, a no-fly for those people.
Mm-hmm.
So these people are now being banned by the airlines to fly. So
Chandra said he called the athletes kneeling the worst name.
See? Yes, they were sons of bees.
Yeah. Yeah.
But are we surprised? Because he still, even though the what was it, the Central Park 5 or whatever they're calling them now, he was trying to say they still should have been executed. Even after they, had decided that they were innocent or whatever, he was still saying that they should have been executed.
Quincy said only people of color are terrorists. He said they call what they did patriotism.
Right.
Or to be called a patriot, which is a right reserved for whites only.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
That sounds about right when you talk about being a patriot. It's like only people who can be patriots is...
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And, for me, the way I feel about it, America, and that's with 3 Ks and not the C in there, America been a racist. It's been racist at the core for the longest.
Yeah.
No matter what you see,
yeah.
You can look at media, you can look at all the things that we absorb, and you can see the racism in it.
Right.
So there's somebody who's allowing that to go on.
Yeah.
And that's the underlying fabric of America, period.
And the thing is, the thing that, about it is the fact that this was like right in our face. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, this was like, hey, we finna show y'all. They had no fear. They went up in there, storming the Capitol, all up on the steps, doing everything that they were doing with zero fear.
Let me tell you why. Because people talk about the revolution. They say this is a revolution. It's not a revolution because revolution creates change. Mm-hmm. This is not creating change. This is just the foot soldiers going up against their superiors. That's all that is. This is the foot soldiers saying, hey, we voted for y'all. We thought y'all was going to, hook us up as far as patriots.
Right.
And you didn't do that. That's all that is.
So now we don't like it, and we finna show y'all.
But it's not necessarily a show of force towards black folks or anything like that. This ain't towards the black folks. This is towards the politicians up there.
Right, the leadership. Right.
That's supposed to be holding up the American way.
Yes. And so what they're saying is that they're going to every state capital they're going to be armed, and they're going to go on every state capital. So it's still happening. We don't know exactly how far they're going to take this, but they're asking.
Don't matter because this ain't our fight.
I mean,
black folks, we don't even need to be out there. This is between the foot soldier white folks and the white folks in office. We'll let them take each other out. We can sit back and watch and see what happens from that.
Now we do have a few stupid people that be trying to get up in there too.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going up in there to save you. If whatever happens, if you run your dumb tail up in there,
listen, you're on your own. Okay, we ain't coming for you, and we're not gonna rally or nothing. So, if you want to be part of that, then you go ahead and do what you do. We're not gonna be holding no rallies or marching or nothing. Not happening. So.
Yeah. Quincy said, chickens roosting. Ramon Slack said, they was calling them traitors.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
DJ Scrap said they will make it our fight. Just watch. They don't. That's the thing about it is it don't have to be our fight at all. In order for a fight to happen, it has to be 2 people, and they fighting against them folk. I ain't even concerned with what they doing as far as their superiors. Because let's break it down again. America is racist at the core. So until we change America being racist at the core. And that's the thing that they want. They saying, okay, look here, America is racist at the core. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it's going to be. And for right now, regardless of what the media is showing you and all this other good stuff right here, America is still racist at the core.
Yes.
So until that changes, there's nothing for us to be trying to go up in there and fight. We'll let them fight each other, man.
Right.
Our fight is different. We got a whole different fight going on.
Right.
Whole different fight going on. But I ain't finna go in a civil war over that. No, let them kill each other.
Yeah, they on their own. And I mean, here's the thing. Now there are, I don't know if y'all saw where there were some people that went live, some of the congressmen or whatever, when they had them to, like, they're all on the ground and hiding behind chairs and desks and all this kind of stuff. And, at the end of the day, it's a lot of, there's a good number of minorities in there. So they were, I heard Angela Rye saying, she was, felt some kind of way about that because all of the, the black people that she used to work with that are on Capitol Hill, she was worried about them. I saw Mark VC, he was like, went on live and he was like, okay, they said we can come back. It's like, man, that's a lot. Like they had to do all that. Here I am, I'm going to Washington. I'm trying to, make a difference, for the United States or whatever by being a congressman, and I'm having to get down on the ground. You know what? It reminded me of, when we were in the hood that you had to DJ that time and we had to get down on the ground and crawl. that part. That's what it reminded me of when I saw them all on the ground and stuff. I was like, man, wow.
Listen, Charles Watley said, shoot them down if they get out of line, black or white.
Listen. But at the end of the day, why were they afraid of them? Why was it that you had some Capitol Police that were there taking selfies? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? That just go to show like they were all in. And then there was one of the congressmen talking about, he was like, okay, we're in here. Yeah, are you a fool? Like you didn't think nobody's going to see you was on live. And so now you've been arrested. So all those people that they could actually do a face recognition of, they are looking for you. They're looking for you.
That's the foot soldiers though. You just going and getting the foot soldiers. Like I said, it's some doctors out there, some lawyers out there. There's some politicians who signed off and let these people come in. So it's like it's a lot of of course they're gonna let the foot soldiers. Those are pawns in this whole chess game right here.
Right.
But my thing is, don't let them bait us into no civil war over this little mess right here.
Black people, we don't care what they're doing. That's not our fight. Is not our fight. So they want to believe Trump that he actually won the election still to this day. Then let them believe it and let them go and do what they're gonna do. Just stay over there because we don't have nothing to do with it. At the end of the day, we care about stuff that's going on in our local community. So that's not part of what we're trying to do. Hopefully Biden will be able to get a smooth transition.
Quincy say we need $1 million apiece. He said the only way to get us to fight is offer us $1 million apiece.
Okay.
To jump up in this war.
Right.
Keisha Mills made a pretty good point. She said for them it's a battle of classism. She said they're finally realizing that the rich, powerful whites have just been using it.
Right.
And that's pretty much what it is.
Right.
It's like,
right.
You told us.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the thing is that a lot of those people that end up in those situations like that, they are just like us. They don't have, They don't have. All of them are not wealthy. They be plain Jane folk that's trying to go from month to month, week to week, and that kind of thing. So.
Scrap made a good point. He said it was all a plan. He said that they do things that take our attention while they pass laws that are against us. So in retrospect, it will become about us. And this is true. I think all during the Trump administration, they passed a lot of tax laws, a lot of business laws. And I think they're going to come back to bite us within the next, 8 to 10 years.
Right.
So I do believe that they take our attention off of stuff or veer us off on other things while they, pass stuff right up on our nose. Because we don't fool politics no way.
Right. I will say that Biden, his plan is to go in and start dismantling the things that Trump did. So we'll see how far that goes.
When you talk about a peaceful transition and stuff like that, once again, man, that ain't our fight. We'll let them fight. You know what? Regardless of what goes on in the White House, the black man's struggle been the same. Yeah. It's always been the same, regardless of who's been in office, whether it was Jimmy Carter, whether it was Ronald Reagan, whether it was Bush, Clinton. Our struggle always been the same.
Mm-hmm. So Obama, in his book, he said that the thing that people don't know, he said he just, he took all the criticism or whatever. He said once McConnell got, control over the Senate, he said it was like as if he was saying, I'm not letting you pass nothing. And that's just how it went. He said I had to fight and fight and fight for everything. And, Mitch McConnell, he did say that. He said, I wasn't letting nothing go through. So at the end of the day, that's just what it was. And that's why we were really, really hoping that, Georgia did their thing. And hey, big ups to Georgia. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all got out. Y'all voted. And we got 2 new Senate seats. So Democrats have control of the Senate. So that's what's up. Vanessa asked, do we feel sorry for Pence?
Well, Lakeisha said Pence knew it was something about to happen. He was dragging the reading of those ballot results. Yeah. Why do you ask if we feel sorry for Pence? Because at the end of the day, now I will say this, Pence, he did everything that Trump wanted him to do. He was just his pawn. And, Trump did him wrong, but who doesn't Trump? Like, he did everybody that if you do one thing against him, you trash as far as he's concerned. So, I mean, now they want him to do they want to do the 25th Amendment. What Pence is not for that. He said, nah, I don't want no parts of that. Which would make him take over the presidency. Yeah.
Charlie Water said yes, big up Georgia.
Yeah.
So Quincy said from Washington to Trump. You're right. Which we're talking about the struggle been the same all the way from Washington to Trump.
Right.
Scrap said somebody has to pay back all this money they're throwing around. Our advantages we have always turned crumbs to bricks, so we will overcome all of this too. And that's the thing is we're gonna have to figure out they are throwing around a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And my opinion, just my conspiracy theory, it's not even gonna be about money. This thing is not gonna be about money. They're throwing it around like it ain't nothing. It's gonna be about who you know. It's gonna be about classism, about power. That's what it's gonna be about. That's gonna be your currency. And I think we're being prepared for that by social media. Social media you already judged, you already, seen as who you are by how many followers you have, how many people you can affect as far as how big your network is.
Right.
And that's going to be your currency. That's going to be your currency. Your email list is going to be your currency.
Right. Quincy said, what kills me is they act like they don't remember Bush Jr. and his brother Jeb started all this voter fraud mess.
Shizzle, sugar on iced tea.
Charles says, I feel like Mike Pence could have been more presidential. Yeah, he would have, but it's something about Pence as well. Something about him. Pence said it was not off the table. Okay. So I think he's, in my opinion, he's scared of Trump. Like, I think most of the Republicans are scared of him. That's why they were following him to do whatever, whatever Trump said, let's get it done, because, they feel like they want his followers at the end of the day. Which, speaking of Ted Cruz, we need to get him out. Like, his time is, Ted Cruz need to go. Ted Cruz need to be out of there. I don't know why we voted him another term, but we need to get him out because he is a fool.
Trump stayed in power, whether he's president or not, because number one, he got money, and number one, he's gonna remember some of these politicians because he throw around his money. He's a lobbyist just like anybody else after he's the president, so he's gonna remember a lot of these names. So a lot of them, they are. Some of them are scared of him. Some of them are in business with him.
Right. Now, here's my thing: the fact that they shut down his Twitter, they said forever. And so his Facebook, they have shut off all of his social media. How does he reach, so many people at this point?
He got money. He can set up his own network. He can set up.
I don't think I don't think he have it like he makes us think he has it.
He can set up DonaldTrump.com or whatever is open, and the people will follow. I mean, at the bottom, at the end of the day, he has a lot more followers than the average person, regardless.
True.
Regardless of what happens, whatever the case, he still has more followers than the average person.
Right.
If he goes and says, hey, I'm about to go set up followDonaldTrump.com, there will be at least 1 million people, who are going to go and subscribe to followDonaldTrump.com.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's not about money, even though it is. Money helps you with the power, but he already got the power because he got the money.
I mean, at the end of the day, whatever it is, I believe that he believes it, because that's why he was trying to say, hey, they stole the presidency. He said, nobody has gotten more votes than I have. And okay, well, Biden did. And he felt like that couldn't happen. Like he was supposed to win because of all the votes that he got. And so I believe that, he first of all, he knows the kind of following that he has. At the end of the day, I believe the white supremacists got what they wanted, and it was him.
Hey, Cedric Rutherford, thank you for dropping in. He's replying to Quincy. He said, how people's memories get short. And that's talking about the jab and the voter fraud situation. So, DJ Scrap said it's going to be about power. And if we continue to let the media and social media networks to put that spin on it, he said we are in for a lot of trouble. Truth is, Trump is a powerful man with respect from a lot of real killers that reach very far. That's why they're scared of him. And I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. He will jump on some of his supporters. Listen to Keisha Mims. She said he will jump on some of his supporter sites to keep pushing the agenda. So, yeah. I think that's just what I think. It doesn't take a whole lot of money. With him, he's got the followers.
Right.
You can set up a .com. I know myself because I set them up. Less than $100, you can be rolling, and that's paying somebody else. You do it all yourself. It's way less than $100, and you can be going. So if you had that following to say, "Hey, I'm finna set up," if I'm famous as Johnny J, and it's like I'm finna come to JohnnyJ.com. If I know 1 million people gonna come, then boom, I got advertising money, Google. I got all kind of stuff just that quick.
Right.
Just that quick.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess it depends. We'll see who's going to let him on their, sites or whatever user, information highway. So, go ahead. So there was a video. Let's play that video. So there was a video that a young lady had put out, and she was basically laying out how this whole thing was in regards to, what they let them get away with, and the fact that if it had been, BLM, this would have been a whole different situation. We'd have had a whole lot of other things going on right now. So y'all check this out.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black. But I'm not about to keep it brief. I'm just here to read these white motherfuckers at the Capitol in no particular order. It was the Kim Possible and the Ron Stoppable on the side of the building for me. You're mad. You're so mad because you finally see what the rest of us have been trying to tell you. That the longest standing and unchecked terroristic threat in America has been white supremacists. It be your own people. Let me tell you what these good old boys meant when they said, give me liberty or give me death. Give me the liberty to be sexist, racist, xenophobic, anti-queer, and anti-anybody that don't prescribe to my transatlantic version of Christianity or off with their heads. It's either their way or the highway, but it's documented in your words that all men are created equal under God. We didn't mean that for the blacks. So now when we are using a system that you created to obtain the rights you get to experience so freely, all of a sudden it's democracy. Throw the whole thing away. So I guess you thought it was your turn to make a political statement in the street. Sir, ma'am, especially you with your, we're storming the Capitol, it's a revolution. Girl, if you don't get your do you want a revolution? Black people are in the streets protesting murder, oppression, suppression, a lack of basic human rights and equal protections under the law. And what were you showing your behinds for? Oh, to be able to murder black people in the name of self-defense, to oppress black people in the name of white supremacy, to suppress black votes in the name of white political power, and to have more protections under the law than black people in the name of white comfort. It was the noose for me. It's giving very much Civil War Confederacy vibes. Hey, the Confederacy was fighting for states' rights. States' rights to own slaves. Next. A joke. An embarrassment. The crimes? Trespassing. Destruction of government property. Mail theft. That's a felony. Entering restricted government property with a weapon. Let it have been a brown man. And they brought bombs. Death. Immediately. And it would have been called justice. It was the beating on the blue lives that mattered for me. I don't want to hear any comparisons about what black people did in the summer of 2020 to what happened on January 6, 2021. Because for one thing, black folks know how to go to somebody else's house and put their feet on the table. This was baseless insurrection, anarchy, terrorism, and treason. But here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. Revolutions are a natural part of history. Rulers have been usurped. Governments have been overturned. But it's always been evident and it's always been criticized when power was seized just for the sake of transferring power. Revolution has only been just and true when it's championing the oppressed. And let me tell you something, conservatives. You literally have lacked for nothing. It's in the name. Y'all conserving it for yourselves. Nothing has ever been denied to you. Your natural and civil rights have never been infringed upon. So much so that you don't even know the true definition of being oppressed, and any minor inconvenience or infringement upon your privilege would spark discontent, mayhem. White Christians. Y'all remember that scripture? One day the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first. The day has come and the girls are scared. I guess they didn't think it would come so soon. Oh, they've only been 400 years in power. You broke into a government building. Negroes could never. It was the police letting the gates open for me. And not only did you make it out alive, you made it home to see your children Oh, but the Black Panthers stormed the California state capitol in 1967 with their assault rifles. Yes, honey, and they were allowed to. Entering government buildings with weapons did not become illegal until 1995 after the Oklahoma City bombing. The most devastating act of domestic terrorism in U.S. history, by the way. And guess who did it? 2 white boys. Had this exact situation been flipped, and we would have been protesting the result, and mind you, we would not have been protesting because we lost. We would have been protesting because we knew it would have meant the continued empowerment of violent racism. It would have been a massacre, but you knew that. White supremacists treat America like a woman, a white woman specifically, something to be defended and honored beyond reproach, and whose honor needs to be protected by any means necessary. And can't nobody disrespect America and get away with it except white men. And Dr. Brittany Cooper took it a step further. She called Trump an abuser, but I call white supremacy the abuser.
All righty, dighty.
Man. Okay.
That was a speech. That was a word.
Wow. Yes. That was real. That was real. What she was saying, like, that's how it was for real.
Yeah. Charles Watley said, "Yeah, she going in."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was. Sean D. Florence, thank you for dropping in. Renee Green, thank you for watching. Myra Davis Lanning, what's going on? Thank you for watching. Thank you for dropping in. While it was going, DJ Scrap said the best thing we can do is figure out how to come together as a people, black people, to form our own agendas.
Mm-hmm.
Fact is, we are the most powerful people on this planet. We need to support each other.
Man, and where do we start doing that? Where does that come from?
Well, when you say form our own agendas, we got to form our own communities first. And then from that community, from these communities, we got to push our agendas from there. So it's some steps we got to take to get to our agendas, because we got to, he's right about that, getting together as a people, because we got to get together as a people and figure out our agendas in our separate communities, in our separate cities, in our separate neighborhoods.
Right.
But we got to all be going for the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is us all being parallel and going for the same thing. That's where we're falling short. I know, especially, and I know my city is no different than anybody else's city.
Yeah.
But it's like we got to all be parallel in our movement. And that's not going on right now. That's the biggest thing that we can do right now.
Do you think, though, that it's because we were lacking the leadership to be able to get us together to do that?
It is true.
Yeah, because, I think about the fact that Stacey Abrams was able to get Georgia to everybody get out and vote. I mean, of course, she was not by herself. But the thing is what she did is when she lost that election, she took that. She didn't go home and sit down and cry. She didn't go home and say, what happened? Why didn't the people come out? What she did, she took that and said, you know what? I'm going to make sure everybody else vote. And she did that. She headed that up and got it done. And then Georgia is blue. That's why the president is, so thrown off right now. He's there. He's like, y'all had to have some illegal voting going on, because there's no way that y'all turned Georgia blue. And listen, not only did they turn Georgia blue, and then they came back on a second election, which they said nobody has ever come back on a second election, and all these, especially black people come out and vote again. What? No, they did it again. We need somebody like that.
They messed up and pissed off a black woman, first of all.
Hello.
When you do that, that's hell to pay anyway.
Yes.
But, we got to realize with Atlanta has been growing into a black powerhouse for a long time, ever since the mid-'90s when people started moving down there. So it's only natural for them to do it. Now, as far as other states being able to do it, they laid the blueprint. And hopefully we can catch on. But somebody got to have the courage. Somebody got to be pissed off enough to have the courage in order to do something like that. And I think that's where we're getting tripped up. A lot of us are angry, but it's a lot of stuff you got to go through. And you got to be, not afraid to die. You know what I'm saying? Not afraid to die. Because there's going to be a lot of threats. There's going to be a lot of things that go on. You can be doing just local stuff and be fearing for your life around this.
Right, so, for sure.
To be on a statewide level like that in a city in a state like Georgia that has a lot of little racist towns the same way Texas is.
Yes.
You got to be, it's not as simple as you think. So this woman, you pissed her off enough to where it was like, you know what? If they kill me, they kill me, but we're going to make some change in this state.
Yeah.
So that's got to happen in other states. And I don't don't know. We got to be ready for that. I ain't gonna say I don't know if we're ready, but we got to be ready for that.
And they did catch some people saying some very racist remarks about her. And and even through all of that, I'm sure she heard some of everything. I wouldn't be surprised if people were doing, doing crazy stuff like putting toilet tissue in our yard or something, just, you never know. But I'm sure there were a lot of people that were against her, but she kept up the fight and she got that thing done. And so I'm just saying that we need somebody. Who is that somebody in the city that would do that?
Somebody in the city?
I mean, in the city, in Texas.
As far as our city?
And let's start with Fort Worth.
Yeah,
let's start
we can start
there.
with Fort Worth. I don't. That's a pretty good question. You do have people, you got Deborah Peoples who's going for mayor, stuff like that. So, I can only hope. I don't necessarily know her personally. I know some of the people. I know some of her family went to school with some of her family. They're good people,
right?
But shoot, that politics,
you got to be able to. Animal.
You have to be able to maneuver politics,
right?
And you're not going to agree with every single move that a politician makes because you got to be able to maneuver. And some stuff they're not going to agree with, but they're going to have to go with it in order to get another agenda pushed.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't understand that, and we get mad. Now that you got social media, you can get mad at one move she made and be like, hey, don't support Deborah. She did so and so and so and so. But she's trying to get 2 or 3 other policies over here pushed. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real slippery slope. I hope she get it. I think that'll let us know as far as if we're going to turn blue in Fort Worth or not. That'll be a great indication.
Man, that would.
If she do get it, that'd be a great indication.
I think we did turn blue in Fort Worth, didn't we?
I think we did by a little bit.
I
think we did by a little bit.
Yeah.
That's, like I said, that's just by a little bit.
Right.
All that does is just tell the Republicans, hey, we got to work a little bit harder.
In Fort Worth, yeah.
To go back to that speech, I think Ramesia asked, what's her name?
Yeah.
And I think on social media, on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think it's like Lene. It's like __ LEENAY something else. If you search that first, it ought to pop up over there. But it's like you got to do the 2 or 3 underscores and then LEE.
I'll send it to you, Ramesia. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So she was going in, and that's her name. Quincy said that was eloquent.
Right.
Keisha said burnt their asses up. Charles Wiley said we need young voters by any means necessary.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But I think we do have young voters. I think we do have the young voters, and I think that's what a lot of the older guys that are in office are afraid of.
Right.
That we got young voters.
Right.
I think the fact that we do have young voters lets you know that there is a system that is suppressing the whole situation, because regardless if we got young voters or not, there's still a system that's running, and we have to find a way to overthrow that system that's going, regardless of how many voters you have. Not saying that don't worry about the voters. That's great to have the voters. It's great to have kids that are involved, stuff like that. That's one thing that I feel like my generation in the 90s, we dropped the ball on. We didn't care about no politics.
Right.
None of that stuff.
Right.
So.
And you know what? And here's my thing too. I believe that whole thing that happened. Now remind me of her name, the young lady that got in trouble for voting. And Crystal Mason. I think they're trying to use that as
voter suppression.
Yes, because just think about people that have some type of felony record or something like that, and you don't think about, okay, I'm out, but I'm on probation, and you don't realize. I don't think that they make it clear to you what your rights are when you get out, and so that right there will keep a lot of people from voting.
I think the fact that there were some people, I can't name any names, I can't be very specific with it, but I think there were some situations to where some people got some lighter sentences that she got. So I think that's where the problem comes in.
Right.
Of course.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, they try everything they can to, use voter suppression against us.
Okay, to go back to the politics, Quincy said, does the candidate have to be Democratic or Republican, or does the candidate need to be black and in tune with our politics?
They need to be. I don't think that
being a Democrat or a Republican. I don't think that matters because I am part of the, well, let me say this. So I follow Sean King, and he has started a grassroots program here in Texas. And so what he says is, don't go and vote for someone just because they're black, because there are a lot of black, let me say it clean, crappy politicians out there that are not working on our behalf. They don't care about the black people. They don't care about the criminal justice. They just want to be, you know what I'm saying, get in that position, and then they're going to do whatever they want to do. So just because they're black, even the fact that, you know, if they're a Republican, it could be a Republican, and they might, you know, be doing the thing that we wanted. So you have to go and research that person. Really, that's what we should be doing. We need to research these people, these politicians, and see if whatever it is that they're going to be, you know, their beliefs and the things that they're going to be voting for, that's what we want, that they line up with whatever you want, because they can be black and still be
a lot of times you got to kind of look at the person. I mean, you can't really look at Republican or Democrat, because a lot of people support different causes for different reasons. Because when I look at Republicans, some of the things that they support is kind of like a kind of get it out the mud, get it how you live it. That's black folks, to be honest with you, you know. So there are some people that are on the Republican side that, you know, have some of the same views, you know, that we have. I don't think it's a whole hell of a lot of them, but I think there are some on the other side that do. Charles Watley said we need more as far as the kids. He said we need more. It's their world after we're gone.
Right,
Go
true.
Young people.
That's true.
Say, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So
he said, look at the mayor of Dallas, straight trash. Wow. I thought he was doing okay. We talking about the Eric, what's his name? Eric, I thought he was doing okay. I mean, I don't know. I was listening to a lady who took whatever position he held prior to becoming mayor. I was listening to a lady that was taking his place, and, you know, now I don't know, you know, she didn't sing his praises, but she was just saying, you know, letting us know the things that she's doing and the things that she's going to be fighting for. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking, you know, did she pick up where he left off or what? But okay.
I think with politics and the young people, stuff like that, and I think, you know, I talked to a few people throughout the city, and I think some of the older people are gatekeepers as far as political positions, stuff like that.
Right.
They're the gatekeepers, and they're not really letting the young generation just come in and get a position just because they say, hey, I want school board, or hey, I want to be a city councilman. They ain't letting them, they ain't handing it over.
Right.
And I think that part of that is because, like I said, my generation in the 90s, we didn't really get involved. Right. And they're really kind of scared, some of our elders, because these elders are now having to pass it down, sometimes past us, my generation, and give it to somebody in their 30s or their 20s. Because we not be, you know, and you have to take that into consideration. I know it's a lot of guys out here that's my age, and they feel like, hey, these guys are holding it back from us. No. Well, me, you know, being in my mid-40s, I should be 20 years in as far as the political landscape.
Right.
I should already be groomed to go in. I should already be past school board. I should be ready to step into some city council. But I'm at entry level because I didn't mess with politics, you know, between 20 and 35 or whatever the case. So we got to take that into consideration when you talk about the gatekeepers. Yeah, these old folks, they don't want to hand it over because for the last 20 years, it wasn't worth handing over. So now in the last 4 or 5 years, we've seen some stuff on social media. It's like, oh, I want to get involved. But they like, shoot, look, bro, you only got a couple of years in the game.
Yeah, or you just trying to step right out of, you know, school and come over here. But at the end of the day, you need to start at librarian. That's where you need to go first. Be a librarian or something. But you know, speaking of, so Bessie Price decided that she would not be running, seeking re-election, and so we know Deborah Peoples is in. I think there is someone who is from the city council who's also going to get involved. I think I saw about 3 or 4 different names. And
how many names you see?
I'm saying it was at least 3 or 4.
I saw a few. I know of a few names.
Yeah.
I'm trying to run through.
Trying to pull them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because at the end of the day, that I thought it was interesting, the fact that she decided not to run for re-election. I'm wondering why. Is she just, you know, tired and she's like, I'm just done, or what? Because
I think that bout with COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that's what it was?
I think that's bad with COVID. Quincy said Generation X was numb to politics, and yeah, I do believe that. We were numb to politics as far. We had other stuff going on. It was gangster rap, all kind of other stuff going on. So yeah, we weren't paying attention to politics.
Yeah.
As far as mayoral candidates, I got a couple of city council people because I think Ann Zade, she's a city council person. Okay. She's on city council. I think Brian Bird is on city council. I heard Ramon Romero. I don't know what position he holds. Of course, Deborah.
Right.
And a name that makes my ears pop up is D. Kelly Jr. He's the mayor for the Basses. I mean, he's a lawyer. I'm sorry. Okay. He's a lawyer for the Basses.
Yeah.
So I think he got more power than we think. You're the lawyer for the Basses.
Right. They already see you got the money and
And I think that's what kept Betsy in position. As long as she stayed in good with the Basses and all the property downtown, everything was, going out to the Basses and the Perrys and all that.
Right.
So now they're trying to get the lawyer. If you get the lawyer of them in, that is,
Yeah, we better be trying to turn forward blue.
And I was talking to a guy who was talking about running for mayor, and he's a black guy. And I was saying, go for it, check and see, kind of do a heat check, see where you. But when I sit here and think about it in hindsight, it's like, you know what? No, let's see if we can get Deborah Peoples in there. We don't want to split that vote.
Right, for sure. That I think that's the main thing is we need to try not to split the vote. So we all need to rally behind Deborah. If that's what we're gonna do. I hope so.
Charles Wallace said he's been voting since 1988. I ain't gonna say how old I wasn't old enough to vote. I'm gonna say that much.
All right.
Charles Wallace said that club in Fort Worth helped her bring her out, help her being out. Just my opinion. I don't know what he just said. You got to clarify that.
We're not sure what that means, Charles.
You're gonna have to clarify that for me, OG. But. Yeah, I think Betsy Price. I think her battle with COVID, man.
I think they've got to make a
she's
decision.
Already, she's older, make you kind of realize, like, you know what? I need to kick with my family. She's done some years. She did 12, 13 years, something like that up in here. Yeah. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to turn this thing over. Because I'm wondering who she going to hand it over to. Like, who is she going to endorse?
Right, is the question.
That's going to be, because that's going to be somebody who's going to be a front runner off top. So I haven't heard anything, but like I say, I do believe she's in, good with the Basses and Perry. Right. If the Basses and Perry's lawyer, Lee Kelly Jr., if he run...
I think it would be an ugly situation, especially it sounds like there's multiple people from the city council, right? So, you know what I'm saying? If she's already good, she's good with them and him, and so she might just want to, chill.
I don't think it matters if she's good with the city council people or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think that even matters. Now, somebody might be in our pocket. Somebody might be good friends with her. Right. But I don't think they was good friends. That's the thing about politics. They just got to agree on whatever policy they pass.
Right.
They ain't got to be friends.
Yeah, for sure.
They ain't got to be endorsed and all this other good stuff. They just got to come together and agree on a couple of laws, whatever the case is, and they go home or whatever it is.
Right.
They might not speak out publicly against each other, but I don't think it was honky-dory in that council, city council meetings.
Carlos Chancellor, Rashonda, Monica, thank y'all so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Listen, so at the end of the day, we hope that there will be a peaceful transition so that we can let's move on. I'm just hoping that 21 will be so much better than 2020 was just like a bad memory, was just like a whole nightmare situation. So I'm just hoping we can move on and let's just keep it, keep it moving.
In this political vein real quick, DJ Scrap said he's been trying to get behind some politicians in the city, but he say him not being from the area makes him hard for him to choose. He said, I don't know enough of their history. I would encourage you, Scrap Man, to go and follow a friend of mine, Keisha Brazil. She followed politicians, stuff like that. She put out information as far as them. Matter of fact, just inbox me and I'll give you some information as far as some politicians in the city. I'm not going to tell you who to follow, but I'll tell you some names and you can go and follow them and make some decisions for yourself.
Right.
So, and that's for anybody. If you got some questions, I ain't saying I know everything, but I'm from Fort Worth.
You know a lot.
I'm from Fort Worth. I'm in Fort Worth, and I care enough about Fort Worth to know a lot of stuff about it. The place where I'm gonna live. Of course, I'm gonna know about the place where I'm gonna live, and of course, I'm gonna know about the policy as far as the place where I live. So you can hit me up. Anybody, you feel free to hit me on my inbox. I'm trying to put some stuff together, but like I said, Lakeisha Brazil, she's putting together some platforms to where we can kind of not really expose, but just let you know who's doing what and who the names are, and where you can find them. So,
right.
Yeah.
Monica Slack, thank you. We appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, that is I would like to be an informed voter. I think for the most part, and I'm going to say I'm guilty. We go in and we get in the voter booth, and it's like Democrat. And now sometimes there's no Democratic candidate, so you end up voting for a Republican in that position. But a lot of times when it gets down to like the Railroad Commission and things like that, I don't know. Do you?
I kind of know from talking to other people, and they kind of lead me in the right way and lead me to what to look at. When you get people who know the dirt on somebody and they tell you to go look up this article or whatever the case. So I kind of get that, and I don't, unless it's verified, I don't really circulate it or nothing like that.
Right.
But like I say, I just kind of, whatever I learn, I teach. That's what I tell people all the time. Whatever I learn, I teach. So whenever somebody get me privy to some information, I'm gonna pass it right on that and let you make your own educated decision on whatever that might be.
Some of those positions, though, it's like, what does that mean to me? That's how I think about it. It's like okay, for instance, the Railroad Commission. What do I care about that?
As far as the Railroad Commission,
yeah. What is his job that's gonna affect me?
It might not affect you. It might affect somebody around you who works for the railroad. You talk about it's a lot of us who work for the railroad.
Okay.
So it's laws and policies. You talking about safety situations, stuff like that. So it affects the people that are.
And I get that. I get it. An employee of the railroad or something. Yeah, I get it.
And the bottom line, politics, that's money. So whoever you putting in place, you giving them power, and you putting money in their pockets. You could possibly, that person can go in and get their pockets lined as far as, another company or some lobby is trying to get something passed.
Right.
So what type of person that you want to get in power? You want to put somebody who honest in power? You want to put somebody who got some allegations of doing whatever in the past? You want to put him in power? So that's what you talk about with the railroad.
I mean, and understandable, but, like I said, if it's generally, it's not even something that I know anything about either of those people. So,
but a lot of times being in Fort Worth, if you're from Fort Worth, you might know that guy. You know what I'm saying? You might have went to school with that guy.
I do look at the names, and I try to see if it's something that I like. Did I hear something about it? I do that, but most of the time it's like, I don't know who that is. So, I will say that I'm guilty of that. I will have to do better about that as far as, trying to get more involved in, who we're voting for. So, yes, I do agree.
I think it's about alliances. You have to watch who they're connected to. Because when you get some people in office and it's a certain connection, that's a power. That's making a power play. When you got some people that are friends, and I'm gonna say this, but it's not like that's a power play. I'm just saying when you got friends. I know Kelly Ellen Gray, Lisa Wood, all them. They friends. So it's like you can literally make a power play with that. So what kind of people do you want in position like that to be able to make a power play?
Right.
They can either make something happen or stop it from happening.
Right. True.
So it's like, what kind of people you want to be in position or in power to be able to do stuff like that?
Right. Erica Esther says, I think all candidates should speak on a platform when running for office. So we have an opportunity to meet and ask questions. I agree. Like, come on. Like, okay. So the company that we used to work for, and I'm thinking, Quincy, too what I'm talking about. So when it was time to vote for the CWA officers, okay, we didn't see these people at all, but you knew when it was time to vote, everybody come around to your desk putting on a card and a peppermint or something. It's like, stop. I never seen you. Who are you? Hi, I'm so-and-so and I'm running for this. Okay, but I never saw you and I didn't know who you were, what you did, nothing. But now all of a sudden you was the officer and you just want me to vote for you again.
Hey, And that's the thing about city government and city offices and stuff like that. You know, it's like even if you was to lose the election or whatever, if you're gonna run again, like stick around.
Get
like,
out there and put your name out.
Right.
Yes.
You have to get out there and you're gonna have to show your face. I know sometimes it's like, oh, I don't do publicity, I don't do the internet, whatever. Well, a lot of times that determines who you are. You just gotta play on the ball field that you at. So it's like sometimes you gotta get out there and get some face time. Sometimes you gotta, move around. I remember Deborah Peoples coming out to some of the protests. Some of the people didn't like it, and she almost they ran out. Right. But she showed her face, and now people know whether they like her or not. They know the name Deborah Peoples,
that's
and that's what it's about. That's
true.
Exactly
Look at what Quincy said.
Man, the one thing that made me laugh. Talking about which one are you talking about?
We could get you in.
Yeah. Talking about if we can do it.
Listen,
I ain't ready for that kind of look, bro. We're gonna move on to the next one.
Okay, let me tell you something. Now, when you're running for politics, you got to have all your ducks in a row lined up. You can't have nothing nowhere. So we not the first family. We're gonna sit down over here and watch.
At the end of the day, I don't think I have nothing nowhere, nothing like that. I don't care about nobody, digging nothing up, no mess like that. I don't think I have nothing crazy like that
Just
in my
bunch
background.
Of tickets.
Right? Yeah, I got plenty of tickets. Got plenty of them. But if you black and live in Fort Worth, then we all got them. So it's like, right. Yeah. But for me, it's about being handcuffed. When you go into politics and stuff like that, I would rather be connected to a politician than to be a politician myself. Because now I don't have rules. It's the politician. So I if I can lobby the politician and get that done, I don't have to stay within those guidelines that he got going on. Somebody take me out, try to like they impeach and all this other good stuff, try to take me out of, bring out allegations. Nah, if I'm over here, ain't no rules over here, brother.
That's Quincy say, right. They would come up out of the blue and never knew who they were and where they came from. Exactly. Okay, so Erica Esther says her aunt Deborah. Erica, we were just talking about Deborah. So Deborah is your aunt. Okay. She's running for mayor. Yes, we know that. And of course I'm biased, but look and read her history in politics and working in the community.
And the thing with Deborah is that's one thing. She's always been a community person. She's known, if you've been in Fort Worth.
Right.
And like her family, she got like family, they whole family, it goes down. I got a buddy, Jonathan Morrison. He's like kin to them. It's like their whole family been involved.
Right.
So it's very few families that have been involved, black families that have been involved in politics. But I'm gonna say when you connected to Deborah Peoples, most of them are involved, locally, and that's one thing to their credit.
Yeah, that's it. So yes, we are, Erica. We are very well aware that Deborah is running, and we really hope that we can get behind her, that we as a city will get behind her and make this thing pull out for her. So yeah.
I want to hold some people's feet to the fire as far as city councilmen that are going back in for re-election. We got Gina Bivens and Stop 6. I know of some folks that's trying to run over there. I don't know if Gina feel like she
run
got
against her.
Right. I don't know if she feel like now. I know she won pretty good over Tammy Pierce last time. She won pretty good over her, but there's some people, eyeing that position over there, and I sure wish that we could find somebody that would step forward and give us something to look forward to, other than demolition and gentrification.
Right. For sure. Yeah. Charles said, facts. If I didn't have a background, I would run in Dallas. Yeah. DJ Scrap said, I feel that if you put your background out there, then they have nothing to tarnish your name for.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't got to do nothing but put your name out there. They'll do the rest. Your background gonna come out there.
Right, exactly.
Come out right with it.
Because they start digging up all kind of stuff. You talking about, man, you had a library book that you still got that y'all never turned in when y'all lived in Arlington. And it's
they probably got me on. I told you, they're between that and tickets. I got library books out there and tickets.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
if y'all don't convict me for that, then I can't run for nothing.
Okay. So listen, my daughter-in-law had she brought something to my attention. There was a young lady that had given her daughter, a baby girl, some like 2 doses of melatonin, and I guess she left her daughter with the older daughter, which is like maybe 9 or something like that, 8, 9.
And I guess, I don't know if she went to work. I don't know what she did. Whatever it was that she felt like she needed to do, she left them there and left the baby girl asleep because she gave her a double dose of melatonin. And then the baby died. Okay. So here's the thing. I will say that, back in the day, there were times that, we probably stayed at home and wasn't supposed to be at home by ourselves. And I think we were probably maybe, 7, 8, and 10 or something like that. I don't know. Back in the day, it would seem like we were just, would you say more mature? Just, what would you think? What do you think about that? Because I'm sure y'all did some staying at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did some staying at home. I think it was a little bit more of a maturity thing. I think society was a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think society was different when we was growing up. Not as much access. Like, you can access anything nowadays.
Right.
So it's easy to get a hold of people. It's easy to get to somebody's house if you know they're not home. All of those things. So it's different. It's different. It's definitely different.
Right. Well, and I guess at the end of the day, I think they said this young lady, maybe she was somewhere trying to make some money. I don't know if she went to work. I don't know what
Sound like a booty call.
I hope it's not that. But at the helm of it, she left, and apparently the baby must have gone into some type of cardiac arrest or something. Whatever it was, that melatonin killed her, and that's sad. I hate to see that, because that's just like, and I hate to make this comparison, but does anybody have like a little puppy? You know how everybody now is gearing towards the small dogs, the little puppies, and that kind of thing, because those are different. Those are different dogs. The dogs these days, they're sensitive to different foods. Like, you can't just remember, we used to have dogs and they were just German Shepherds. They were just dog. What kind of dog you got? Just a dog. And, you gave the dog whatever y'all didn't eat. Like, whatever. We had chicken, ribs, whatever.
Specialized food.
Yes. And now these dogs gotta, you gotta make their food. You gotta do meal prep.
And that's what they're saying. DJ Scrap said, parenting was a lot different. He said our parents were parents. Erica Esther said, yes, more mature and had fear of our parents.
Right.
And Timothy Scrap said, we knew mama didn't play.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, and so I don't know, maybe, being a young parent now that, you just do what, you feel like you got to do, or, what, I don't have nobody here with me to do this. So this is, so her thought pattern was, let me let the baby sleep.
Man, we ain't have melatonin. For two things. I don't know if we had melatonin. I don't know if we was up on melatonin back then.
Right.
But it ain't like, back in the day, you wouldn't line your kids' teeth with some alcohol, with some vodka, whatever.
Some Benadryl.
Right. So you might, we did different things to put our kids to sleep.
Right.
We just got stronger drugs now.
Right.
So that melatonin, it might be a little bit stronger. So it might have. Also, we didn't have social media back then.
Yeah.
So wherever this happened,
right.
Right. It would have to happen in Fort Worth back in the day in order for us to figure this out. But now somebody can be up in Minnesota and it happened, and it's like, melatonin, no.
Right.
It happened back in the 80s too. It happened back in the 80s with somebody in some vodka, somebody in some E&J, lying their kids gums with some E&J or whatever. We just didn't hear about it because we didn't have social media.
Exactly. Timothy said now they do now what they see others do and think that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. We didn't have all them drugs. Our parents just had a switch or an extension cord. Right. You better go to sleep, and that's what it is, right?
Well, and when you say no, they do what they see others do, and they think that's the way it's supposed to go. When you talk about giving them melatonin or the other thing, that might have came from giving, when you was young or whatever, or your mom, or you seen your auntie give them something to put them to sleep. So it's like, one melatonin ain't gonna do it. Let me give them two.
Yeah.
So like you say,
Man, for sure, Charles. Rest in peace to that child. That's for sure. I hate to see that.
He said, DJ Scrap said, no teaching in the home. I would have to hear all of the details as far as that situation. Did she not have a babysitter or something like that?
Right, and that's what it sounds like. She didn't have a babysitter, so she was leaving her there with the other, child who was probably 8 or 9.
I mean, it's been done. It's been done. It's all over and done with now. So I could say my mom, she used to leave us by herself. She was straight gone. And I was the oldest.
She was at work.
Yeah, she had to go to work.
Right.
So it's like, I'm leaving you in charge.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she gave them some Benadryl or gave them some medicine or whatever the case before she left. All she said was, "Hey, you in charge." That's all she said.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Man, we done made it to the end, man. We got some good conversations in there, man.
We appreciate y'all.
Of comments. I appreciate y'all for interacting.
Absolutely.
OG Charles, man, over there, man. Dude is over there at Villa Cooler, and that's one of the hottest. One of the hottest. I ain't gonna say little. I hate saying little because that's to me that feel like that's down talking. But it's one of the hottest independent stations out there in Dallas.
Nice. Okay.
Villa Cooler out there, and he does Wednesdays over there.
Oh, that's
them
what's
boys
up.
doing big. They doing big things. So to have him sitting in and chit chatting with us, OG, appreciate you, bro. I'm in there with you. I'm an OG too. You see this beard over here? Don't play.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for dropping in and
man,
conversing with us pretty much the whole time.
Yes.
DJ Scrap, man, I appreciate you. He one of the DJ buddies, man. I met him at one of the DJ meetups we used to have a couple of years ago. So he cool dude, real cool dude. Appreciate you for dropping in.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
And our regulars.
Yes.
Vanessa, Erica Estes, Lakeisha, Ramesia, all of y'all. I appreciate. Hey, this was a good night, man. Y'all make sure y'all tell a friend, man. Share this thing out.
Yes.
We can get this bigger. We can get this bigger, make the conversation bigger. Get more information out.
Yes.
All we got to do is like and share this thing, man.
Listen, and let me just right now invite y'all to on Tuesday nights. Tomorrow night, we do a live wine with Wick. On Tuesday nights, I am your host, MC KJ and DJ Johnny Judah.
KJ the MC. She's trying to get used to her name.
Right.
KJ the MC.
I am KJ the MC.
Johnny Judah, y'all know. I mean, come on, don't play.
He is
Johnny
the vibe
Judah.
orchestrator. And we have some guests, Q Renell, RJ Prince, and Miss Trill with that spoken word. Y'all be sure and come on out tomorrow. Listen, it is such a chill atmosphere. You come on in, sit down. We are social distancing. Put your mask on. Go to the bar. Get you a glass of wine all night. Complimentary wine all night. You will love it. It is such a, like I said, a chill atmosphere, and you're really going to enjoy yourself. So we'd love to see y'all in the place. If y'all come on out, what's the address over there?
2405 South Collins in Arlington, 76014, I believe it is. We're doing this thing from 8:30 to 11. We don't stay out all night. We can get you in the house, man. You can be home by midnight.
That's
you
it,
can
right
come
there.
in, get your little wine.
Hello.
You're gonna know you're gonna sleep good. You come in, you get complimentary wine the whole night. With a glass it's $13. Without a glass it's $7. You're gonna be drinking out a cup. You want that ambiance. You want that glass so you can sit back.
It's a nice wine glass too.
Hey, nice little wine glass you get to take home with your $13.
Yes.
Regardless though, come in, man. You get your complimentary wine. You chill out. We got a comedian for you. We got spoken word for you, and we have a performer for you. We're gonna do it quick and easy.
Yes.
We might have a little segment. Chris want to ask y'all some questions. We
Yes,
might go
I do.
live for a couple of minutes, but it's a whole vibe. It's something that you really don't want to miss. It's something that you really want to tell a friend about.
Yes.
So once again,
That's tomorrow night, DJ Scrap. And tell your wife I said thank you. I appreciate it. But yes, it is on Tuesday night, and it's every Tuesday. So y'all be sure and come and somebody just come on out and check us out, and be sure and holler at us. Let us know that you made it. All right, y'all. That is another one in the books. We appreciate y'all. Y'all are so awesome. And we'll see y'all next Monday, same jazz time.
Same jazz channel.
All right, y'all. Be blessed.
Let me get this in, man. Ramon Slack. I think I forgot his name, and I was mentioning everybody. Thank you for dropping in. Ramon Slack. He was the first one on. He
Sure
just
was.
Said good night.
Thank you, Ramon.
Hey, he was one of the first ones to comment, one of the last ones to comment.
Wait a minute.
So, hey.
And Charles said, can he give a shameless plug? Go ahead, Charles.
Go ahead. Go ahead, OG. Go ahead. I'm going to give you some time to drop this thing in, whatever you He allowed to have some of his clipboard he could just paste right on in. Come on. Don't play. But I know what he's talking about is Villa Cooler, man. I think they have a countdown or something like that on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Man, them boys, I love what they got going. They got real production, you know what I'm saying,
Nice.
a real system going on over there.
Nice.
I know a lot of the guys over there. Stephanie Love, I know she's a host over there. Johnny Ripper's the DJ over there. He's one of the hottest DJ, one of the dopest DJs. Forget being hot, dude. He's skilled. He's technically skilled.
Okay.
One of the best DJs in DFW over there. So they putting together a hell of a roster. They got
That's
a hell
what's
of a
up.
roster. Yeah,
That's what's
D
up.
Forbes over there. D Forbes was hosting over there. Now he's doing. Now it seems like he's behind the camera. So. Hey, I love him over there.
There it
you go.
is.
Tune
All
in to
right.
Villa Cooler Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
All right, Charles, we
He's
got
over
you.
there. So
We got you.
yeah. Make sure and check that out. Support your local media, man. Y'all don't
Yes.
know how much it counts to see, stuff from. This is stuff from your neighborhood. These are people who are close to you. Of course, you want to look at Breakfast Club and all that other good stuff, but they ain't talking about stuff that's right here in your
Right,
neighborhood.
right,
Villa
right.
Coolers, if you in Dallas, we also got some Fort Worth stations, Tri-Coastal Radio, Dark Phoenix Radio. We got some stuff to talk about, stuff that's right here in your neighborhood.
Yes.
So yeah, for sure. All your Dallas people that might be on this feed, y'all go and check out Villa Cooler, man. They doing big things.
Yeah, or even if you're in Fort Worth. But if you're in Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, wherever you are, come out tomorrow night to Wine at Wicks, 2405 North Collins. We'll see you there.
For sure. We're going to get y'all this
All right.
overtime, man. We out. Y'all have a good week.
Be blessed.